What's up, Dodge again? Gonna talk about my video disappointment. I'm gonna try to make this short as possible. Pretty much, there's a girl named Jenny that I known ever since about sophomore year of high school, and like we went to school and everything, and ever since we graduated we haven't really talked. And like around July she started talking to me, like started texting me and talking to me on Facebook, and one thing led to another, and next thing I knew she wanted to see me, like come visit me for the weekend in the hotel room. But anyway, then, and everything was good until August 22nd. There was a misunderstanding. One girl was drunk, texting me, and I told Jenny, or I tried to get Jenny to tell her, back off, but apparently she didn't do that. And there was a big miscommunication, pretty much. And after I situated everything with Jenny, and this fight started about like around 9 to 10 o'clock and ended at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And she said she needed some space, so I gave her space. 8 hours later, she got back with me. And then we started talking again. And pretty much she kind of grew more distant. So text me, she texts me like once a week, and then it just got stretched out longer and longer. And I asked her how everything's going, and she had some family problems, so she was gonna come see me in the beginning of October. But then she stopped texting me, stopped talking to me. I couldn't get a hold of her. And pretty much I asked my supervisor to try to get the women's point of view, see what I need to do and what possibly could be going on. And nothing. She said, pretty much give her space, let her try to miss you and whatnot. And then an exercise kicked off, so I got to be with all my friends that are guys, and I told them about the same situation I was going through, and they pretty much told me their advice and whatnot, their experiences, their past experience and everything. And pretty much I got down to the point where I'm like, okay. And one of my friends looked at me and said, okay, do you want I got an answer for you, but I gotta ask you some questions first. I'm like, okay. It's like, okay, I got 2 questions for you. First off, do you love her? And I'm like, well, I really care for her because I didn't ask you that. Do you love her? And I said, yes. Yes, I do. And then he said, okay. My second question, well, the reason I asked that is because the things that you were doing and the way you were saying things, it wasn't because you cared about her, it's mainly because you loved her. Then he said, okay, now my second question, and this is my last one, is, would you marry her? And I pretty much told him my plan, saying I would date her for 5 years. Once I'm sure I'm a great father figure for her kids and whatnot, and we'll get married. It's like, well, I'm not giving you a timeline. Do you see this girl in the future? Do you see yourself ever marrying this girl? And I said, yes, I do. And he said, well, I got an answer for you, but you might not like it. It's not an answer that you're looking for, and because what it seems like is you're giving 100% into the relationship, but she's only giving you 50% of the, to make it work, and it's not going to work. It's just going to be a waste of time. And the best thing to do is to leave her. And he looked at me again and with a confused look and said, well, I can see that you're nodding yes. Your mouth is saying that you understand, but your eyes, there's something inside of you that's saying that's not convinced. I said, well, there's a piece of thread of hope that I have a problem letting go. And he gave me some more advice, and I pretty much was thinking about it, and I said, well, no. I told myself, well, if I don't hear from her to the end of the week, if I still haven't heard from her, then it's done. And no text, no call, no message or anything. So I got this thread, just abandoned all hope. And what I ended up doing was I went on Facebook onto her site, sent her a message, and this is pretty much what I wrote. I said, well, I was doing some thinking, and a question comes to mind. Were we even friends? Or even good friends? Because I can think of 4 disappointments that you have gave me, like, that stand out in my mind. The first one was Valentine's Day, back in sophomore year. I spent you $65 on 2 dozen bouquets, or, 2 dozen roses, chocolates, and a card. And I don't get nothing back, not even a fucking thank you. The second thing was for my Eagle Scout ceremony. I invited you over, you said you wanted to go, and yet you said you got lost in a town that has 2,000 people. Bullshit. Could have just said, hey, I had some things to do, or I got plans, and, just stay at home, I mean, I would never find that out. But at least make a good lie. The third one was prom. Now, don't get me wrong, prom was awesome. Because I went to prom with 2 girls, came home with 3. I got the picture to prove it. But anyway, at prom I gave my 2 dates pearls I got in Hawaii. And they were, and I guess the word is enhanced. Not really enhanced, but not cheaply made. They were real pearls, but except for taking 100 years to develop, it took about 10 weeks or 10 months to develop. So, yeah. So they weren't expensive at all. And the reason I say that is because the next day after prom, I get a text from Jenny saying, how much were the pearls? Well, that's not what matters. It's what the thought that matters. Because, whatever. But, I found out why she asked that question, and the reason she asked that is because she was at a pawn shop. Which is fucked up. With the pearls. See how much they were worth. So, it was fucked up. That's the most fucked up thing anyone's ever done to me. The fourth one was when she lied about coming here. And so I asked again, were we even friends? And I sent that to her, and I got a text back about a day later. And I read it, I'm like, and all I could think of, the first thing that came to my mind is, okay. And I went up to my friend Hayden, showed him the text. He looked at it and says, I don't like it. It seems like she only put enough in for the 160 characters for each text as not even apologetic. So, and at the end of the text, she said that I'm so different. Maybe because I don't put up with her bullshit anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much. And I haven't heard from her ever since. But I don't care anymore. But that's the story of my life, you know, just one disappointment after another. But I know I'll find someone one day. But thanks for listening. If you want, you can comment on this. You can tell me about your past experiences. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot. When I first got over here to this location, I always thought that she was the one who got away. But after all this shit that happened, I realized that I was wrong. I was the one who got away. She lost me, and now I can't trust her at all. So she blew it. But yeah, but like I said, if you like this, you know, comment. If you didn't, comment anyway. Tell me about your experiences, and and if you have any ideas like what I can do to change things or whatever, let me know, and I'll work on it. Alright, see y'all later. Bye.